Welcome back here to the Newport Gulls Hot Stove Dinner and Auction and Family Reunion. Nick Lima, Hillary Costa, now joined by, for really the first time ever, I think, all at once, the entirety of the Newport Gulls coaching staff. Hitting coach Al Laver, manager Mike Coombs, and pitching coach Kevin Long. Thank you all for joining us here, coaches, and enjoying this great night here with us.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Appreciate being here.
For all of you, this is multiple years now in Newport. Coach Coombs, you go back to 2005 season, came on as assistant coach and very quickly became the manager. Coach Leva, Coach Long, you both joined the organization in 2011 and have both had prior experience in the NECBL. What has kept you all coming back year after year? We'll just start with Coach Long.
Well, Mike tends to take us out to dinner all the time, so heck, I'm always up for a good meal. But
No. I have a very small wallet, and I have to take care of that wallet, and we have to find a sponsor.
we get a sponsor,
We get a
exactly.
sponsor to try to take us out for dinner, which has been very, very fortunate to find that sponsor every time. But go ahead, Al. Tell them Mike.
It starts at the top. It starts with Coach Coombs. He allows, Kevin and I to do our job, and he lets us go, and of course we talk everything with him, but when it's all said and done, he lets us do our thing, and I think that's why the three of us get along so well. So it makes it real nice. Makes it a nice summer.
When you ask that question, the first thing that comes to my mind is that, Al and I coached against Mike, okay? And when I had the opportunity to come here and work with Mike and work with Al, because we all coached against one another, I said, wow, this is pretty special for me, as a coach. But, to be involved in this organization and be around the players that we're around, it makes it super special. So, every time I come back here, every year I come back, I feel very blessed and very fortunate, and the Gulls organization and Chuck have been fantastic to all of us.
Hey, I've been here since '05, and my best hitting coach is sitting to my left, my best pitching coach is sitting to my right.
What makes this organization different from any other Summit Collegiate organization? What makes it so special? What's about it?
I've been in several organizations around here, and from the media, from the president, from the GM, it's all first class. It's just unbelievable. There's no, everybody asks me, what do you do in Newport, Rhode Island? I go, there's no better place to be in Newport, Rhode Island than playing for the Gulls. I tell everybody that I'm very fortunate. Chuck could have anybody he wants, and for some reason, he wants me to come back, and I feel very fortunate. But it's just a great organization. Just the fans, everybody, the interns, they take pride in the orange and in the orange and royal. They really do.
Chuck brings this up all the time. As a human being, you want to be with your family. And, when you come back to Newport, you're with your family. And that's what makes it special, not just some of the time, but all the time. The good and the bad. And, Chuck brings that up all the time. And it's true. Like tonight, it's pretty special. And it's something I'll always remember.
What would you say, just comment on the kind of players that Chuck's always able to bring in for the team. He brings in real gentlemen on and off the field. I know when I was with the team, I just thought that these guys were mature beyond their years, they're focused, they know why they're here and what they're meant to do. Just talk a little bit about, the players you've gotten to work with.
Go ahead.
Chuck, he does his research. Not only is he getting some of the best athletes in the country, but he really looks at character, and that means a lot to Chuck. And that's why it's such a family organization. I coached back home in California, and Kyle Hanker, who was here, I don't know what years he was here, but he still talks about it. I think he was here probably 8-9 years ago, and he goes, there's no better place to play in the summertime than Newport, Rhode Island. And I hear it from other guys that have gone on to the Cape, gone on to other organizations. They want to come back and play for Newport Gulls.
The players, like Al said, Chuck does his research. and he locates and brings in guys of high character, intelligent, guys that want to be students of the game, and guys that love the game, and guys that are good teammates. You know, and when you bring that chemistry in, it becomes a special mix. And game by game by game, not only do they become better ball players, they become very close and part of the family. So there you go. Chuck knows how to mix it.
I'll put it this way. When I was sitting at the Hall of Fame last year, and Danny Otero got up to speak because he's went into the Newport Gull Hall of Fame. The first thing he did was look at me, and he goes, "You're a good coach, but look what you had." And everybody cracked up laughing because they were major league pitchers, infielders. So Chuck and Chris go out, they get the horses, he fine-tunes them, I just pull a Pete Rose and bet on them. No, just kidding. I'm sorry, I shouldn't have said that, Pete. You are going to the Hall of Fame one day, though.
Exactly.
But I just try to stay out of the way. I let him coach because everything I've heard out of his mouth is correct. Even after 5 beers, it's still correct. This guy right here, I go to the bullpen, I'll watch his pitchers, and I'll see what Kevin's doing. I may offer something, and the best thing about him is he doesn't shoo it away or kick it to the curb. I don't know if he does later on, but right then and there, he'll incorporate it and say, "That's a good thought, I love that. That's a good idea. I really like that." So, I mean, I trust him, and the whole deal is a trust. It's like a marriage.
Yeah.
You know, and I've been married once, I think, twice. Anyways, 3 times a lady. And it's trust. And I trust these guys, so does Chuck. And you put them in this venue right here, and these college kids coming back, you got pro experience, you got college experience, you got all this experience, a wealth of knowledge. We don't bring them in here and just change them. We bring them in here, let them be successful. If they need a little help here and there with whatever, then these guys, we do.
How important would you say events like this are to have players from all generations of Gulls, from current to the past, come together and meet like this?
Well,
and network?
the community, you know, they should have done this maybe in 2010 also. But Chuck has been so busy and the organization's busy, you know, and they really have got to plan it and get it to where it is right now. And when these other players want to come back, they want to donate not only their time, but maybe monetarily to help this program grow, and stay at the level that it is. You don't find that in any other team. You don't even find that, I don't think, out in the Cape.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, the Cape is the Cape, but this right here is a team organization that could be in the Cape.
For you three, you talked about what keeps you coming back, but what do you get out of this for the fun element? It's not just a job in the summer. It's fun. It's coming to Newport. I mean, that's what everybody wants to do here in this league. Newport's the place to be. But for you three as coaches, what's the fun part for you? Is it game night? Is it talking to the players? Is it the playoff run? What do you get out of this for fun?
You know, for me, it's like it starts at 1 o'clock in the afternoon or 2 o'clock in the afternoon when I get to work with our hitters on an individual basis. I get to work with maybe 3 hitters at a time. And for me, that's the fun part. I mean, these guys that Chuck gets and Chris Patsos get, they're very good players. And they're listening to Al Leva. And it's like, you know, I mean, I'm not reinventing, you know, the wheel here. And I still get texts, I still get calls, even to this day, of players that in the past, "Coach, I'm doing this, I'm doing that. What can you do?" And so that, for me, that's why I come back. I mean, these guys can't get enough of me, and it just thrills me. It thrills me to death. I'm very lucky, very lucky.
For me, there's 3 things why I come back here. 22 Bowens, Black Pearl in the cookhouse. Go ahead, it's your turn.
I'll add on, it's the same thing for me with the pitchers, as Al talked about with the hitters. But to me, there's one special thing that they haven't mentioned is the friendship that we have together. And, it's been a tough year for Al this year, And, Al went through, some personal stuff this year. And it's really motivated me, and it's really touched me to know that I can be with him this year in a special way. And to me, this is the most special year that we've been together. In the 5 years that we've been together is this year, because Al's here.
I think when we talk about this family reunion event and the Newport Gulls family, and I think U38's coaching staff epitomized that.
Yeah. There's no other three in the league that can touch, or these two right here, because they're not assistant coaches, they're head coaches. We're all associate head coaches. Because if I have to leave or not be here, I wasn't here the first game of the season. Boom. Someone told me, they go, well, what are you going to do? Are you going to call him? Are you going to run the show? I go, no. He's got the pitching, he's got everything else, and let's go. It'll work. I don't have to be there to make it work. And it's an honor, and that's in that bio thing. Open that book up. You can open that book up, Nick. And in that book, it says it's an honor and a privilege to be able to be in Newport to coach these college baseball players and help them to get to the next level.
Newport Gulls coaching staff, Kevin Long, Mike Coombs, Al Aver, thank you all for joining us. We'll see you back at Cardines Field next week.
And one thing, I miss these two.
Yes, we
We
do.
miss
Yes.
these two because without them, we wouldn't be doing this right now.
It's
And
Lima
Tommy-
time.
And Tommy, give us a, yep.
Yo,
there you go,
Tommy!
Okay, so it all starts with you guys too, and we appreciate,
We really
give
do.
them a golf clap.
The golf
Thank you
club.
so much for everything that you have done.
Thank you, Coach.
And keep making those sandwiches.
Panini Genie.
Panini Genie right there. That's my man.
Coach and Skip, thank you very much. Enjoy the rest of the evening, and we'll continue next here with coverage of the Newport Gulls Hot Stove Dinner and Auction and Family Reunion.